Hey everyone, it's Lori McGuire, realtor of the McGuire team and actually president of the McGuire team of RE/MAX, McGuire team of Select One. Anyway, I just took my hair out of my band. I usually hike with a band in my hair because I just hiked 5 miles. And you'll see my dog over there. I usually don't have her roaming around, but we're on this little peak. It's in Laguna, and let me get you a good feel of Laguna Beach. It's so overcast. It's such a beautiful view usually, but I don't know if you could see the waves crashing, but there's the waves. Okay, and there's the waves down there. I don't know, I'm trying to point my phone in the right direction. So over there, that's North Laguna over there. Okay, then over in this direction is South Laguna. And the population is approximately 26,000 people. But I forgot my water today. I mean, and that's the first rule of thumb when you're going out hiking is bring your water bottle. And I did forget my water bottle today, which is crazy. What gets me on my hikes is I always have a little coffee cup. So I'm always motivated to get on the hiking trail because I have my first cup of coffee on the hiking trail. And then I always have like my water bottle with me. And then I have my, I listen to a podcast usually. And we'll talk about this in my little personal part, but I always start with the real estate part. Let me first make sure I have the view in the back. Okay, so my real estate tip, and this is really for buyers. Okay, when you're buying a home, it's a good idea when you're under contract. You don't necessarily have to do this, even before you go under contract, but you can do it. Is you may want to walk the neighborhood and talk to the neighbors and see what they think about the neighborhood, because they're always going to be brutally honest with you about, what they think about the neighborhood. A situation occurred last week in which I received a call from a seller. I met them when I was showing them one of my listings, and they were currently listed with another broker. And their listing expired, and they wanted me to come and list their house. Hi, Stuart. Stuart is my broker. He's amazing, by the way. But anyway, so I got their address and everything, and I remembered something about this property. I'm not going to give the address or anything out of privacy, but I looked it up, and many years ago, there had been a family suicide in this house. And it was very tragic. I'm just sharing this with you because, and Kevin Juno's over here, by the way, because legally I'm not supposed to, as their realtor, disclose if it's over 3 years that there is a death in the house. But I know personally, I would feel the need to. And I had a lot of challenges with that. Just morally myself, and I even asked my team about it. I asked them in a team meeting, do you remember seeing this house? And it was a very beautiful estate, and all of them had seen it, and they said none of them knew about the suicide. It was a family suicide. And so obviously the agent wasn't disclosing it, which they were doing the right thing for their seller, absolutely. But California law states that if it's more than 3 years, really you don't have to disclose it. In fact, it's doing a disservice to the seller if we disclose it. Now a buyer has the right to ask, and this is what, if you're really very concerned about deaths in the household, and I feel if it's a peaceful death, I personally don't have a challenge with that. I think that's the way to go. I'd rather die in my sleep, than someplace else. I mean, hopefully at an old age, though. Let me just state that. Okay, but anyway, if a buyer has the right to ask the realtor if there's ever been a death that the seller is aware of, and then the agent can get that answer to the buyer. So you can do that. So I was very upfront with this seller, and I just told him, I said, I would have a hard time knowing how the family died because it was just such a sad situation. I would feel the need to somehow not come right out. You know, I wouldn't want to ruin a sale, but I'd have to let somehow the buyer know, because a lot of people would be very sensitive about that. So anyway, real estate tip is, if you're very sensitive to deaths, you know, if you're buying a house, just, you know, get asked the realtor, and if you're sensitive to something more than 3 years, they have to disclose if it's within 3 years in California. Now, in other states, there's different rules. I think in South Dakota and Alaska, they only have to disclose if it's within 1 year and if it's been a suicide or murder. So check in your different state. Okay, now for personal tips. I love personal tips, because I could always use personal tips too. Okay, so what gets me going in the morning? Okay, I usually don't need an alarm anymore to wake me up. I usually wake up around 5 a.m. But in the beginning, when I needed an alarm, I used an alarm called Kawake. It was Kawake, and it's an app, and it just gets you going. So, hi Matt. Oh my gosh, it's been so long, Matt, since I've talked to you. And it's really fun. So it goes off, and it has this kind of music, and then it gives you 3 tasks that you have to do. So you have to get up from your bed, you have to take a picture, and I'm so sorry, it's shaky, the phone. I'm going to try not to make it shaky. Let me make sure I have a view. There's the ocean waves, you see? Okay, so it makes you do 3 things. One is you have to get up and take a picture of something away from your bed. You know, like take a picture of your shower or something. And then you have to do it within a certain amount of time. The second thing is you play a game on it. So it's like a memory game. So it gets your brain stimulated. And then a third one is that you have to play another kind of memory game. So by then you're really kind of awake. And then the fourth thing, which I really like, it's a fourth little added thing, is that you already have your goals, your affirmations set in there, and you have to recite them out loud. And it knows that you've recited them, and then it gets you through it. So by then, you just really want to, hi Kristen, thank you for the compliment, by the way. So by then, you really want to get going. So, you know, with me, another thing, and I promise I'm not going to go on and on and on, but this has been a huge thing for me. Waking up early has just really made a difference in my life. I, of course, try to go to bed earlier. So I try to get to bed around 9 p.m. Sometimes that doesn't work, 10 p.m. And for you late night people, that would be difficult, I'm sure. Sometimes I need to take a nap in the middle of the day. It's usually meditation. So it's like 20 minutes can really rejuvenate me if I haven't had enough sleep. And there's a really good book I read, and it's by Charles Duhigg, D-U-H-R-I-G, and it's the what was it called? You know, it's like right when I'm on live, I can't remember, but it was like The Power of Habit or something like that. It's all about how your habits, if you have a ritual, like if there's something you really like to do, like let's just say you look forward to that coffee, you make sure that whatever habit you're trying to create, that and that is like waking up early, so that like me, I want to wake up early and I want to go out hiking. So I look forward to that coffee, I make sure I'm fully dressed, and I don't get that coffee until I am going out hiking, and that's when I have my first sip of the coffee. So, and if your habit is you really like to listen to fiction books, let's just say, and I've kind of switched to Audible rather than reading all the time, you listen to the fiction book when you're on the hiking trail, and that will get you going to hiking. I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff like that, but I will once in a while listen to, hi Jenny, oh my gosh, Jenny, I love you, you're so great. So, so anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, and there's so many other things, believe me, there are times when I just want to stay in bed, and I'll just say, I'll make an excuse like, I'm just going to read my emails, and I'll just, you know, get my business done there. And then I'll just stay in bed because I could be doing emails for hours, literally. But that's not best for me. So, or join a gym. I was with Orange Theory for 2 years, and I went to the 5 a.m. classes or the 6 a.m. classes, and I have a whole bunch of friends there. I just put my membership on pause for a couple months because I want to do more hiking right now. So anyway, that's it. Have an awesome day. Remember me and my team, my awesome team. RE/MAX McGuire Team, our website is McGuireTeam.com. We have a real estate app as well you can download on iTunes and on the Google App Store. And it's McGuire Real Estate, McGuire Team Real Estate. And I've specialized here in Orange County real estate for 30 years. I have a great team, but we're here to help you in any way. And also, if I can help you in any way personally, believe me, I've gone through so much, and I would love to. But thanks for being supportive. Okay, have a great day, and get out of bed in the morning early and conquer the day. Bye-bye.